one place to the other place. All right. So we try to understand how whether this can be the effect of from here to here and then here. There's several ways to prove it. The first one is you have to base on your data collection. Okay, normally mediation require a lot of data collection time, so that you can make sure that the effect will move by time. Okay, from starting from here, it takes some time to move here and takes some time to move here. And how long is the time? It depends on your study. If you study on emotion, sleep, healthy, it may be every day from the morning to the afternoon to the evening. But if you want to learn about interaction between humans, some kind of new policy in the workplace, then maybe it have to take week or month, even years. Okay, last time I showed you a research about the children, some kind of negative emotion develop within 3 years, right? Some study will take years like that, but some study will take only from the morning to the evening to have effect. All right, so let's go to the method that we test mediation using regression. This method, this technique we call Barron and Kenny. Okay, we call it Barron and Kenny technique of test the mediation, and this is one of the most traditional way to test this. Okay, Barron and Kenny. All right, so in this study, in his study, he required 4 requirements for mediation to be accepted, and I think it's very difficult. The first one, let me draw it. So normally the mediation effect will be represented in the pyramid like this. You will see it a lot. Okay, you will see this a lot. This is how people represent the mediation effect in theoretical term and statistical term. Okay, so according to Barron and Kenny, all right. So the step 1, the most important is IV has to be significantly affect on DV. If according to Barron and Kenny, I'm talking about Barron and Kenny. Okay, so if number 1 not significant, then nothing happened because your originally doesn't have any relationship. How can you have a mediation? All right. So step 1, IV to DV, SPWS to ID implementation here, significant. Okay. So we here significant. So we meet the first criteria. Second, IV have to be significantly related to mediator. Otherwise, if this one is not, actually it will be like this: IV1, IV2 to DV, like that. Okay. If we don't have this number 2, it will become like this. Actually, we have 2 separate IV. All right. So number 2, IV to M, SPWS to proactive. What is this? Here, significant. Okay, make the requirement. Third requirement, the mediator have to be affect on DV. Okay, if not, then it's just 1 IV with 2 DV. Right? If this one doesn't affect on the mediator, doesn't affect on DV, then you have 1 IV on 2 DV. All right. Number 3, mediator to proactive personality to DV. Here. Alright, significant. Alright. So when you meet on the 3 conditions, then we go to the last step. 2 of them have to be significantly affect on DV at the same time. Okay, so this is the tricky part. Let's look at model 5. This is where we talk about the mediation effect based on Barron and Kenny. Okay? So you see that in the last model, we include both IV and mediators on the equation to IV implementation. All right? And you see this, look at this. The IV become not significant, although at the beginning it is significant. All right? And the mediator still keep the effect right here. All right? And the p-value here, the whole model is significant. Okay, this one, the step by step should be I look at this first, then I look at the mediators, then I look at the IV. Alright, so what do I conclude from the situation? Again, first, I can answer yes. The proactive personality indeed mediate the effect between IV and DV. So we have mediation effect now. But this is the half of the hypothesis. Let's look at the other half of the hypothesis using Barron and Kenny. Okay, because this kind of question answer only can be answered by Barron and Kenny. Next one, we look at this. The IV lost effect from here to here, and the mediator still had an effect. We call this fully mediated mediation. Okay? Fully mediated. Mediation. Fully. Okay. Let's say another example. After you run everything, this one still significant. This one also significant. In that case, the mediator takes some effect from the IV, but the IV still have some effect on the DV by itself. In that case, we call it partially mediated mediation. Okay? See, partially and partly are two different things. So partially only for the mediation, and only for the mediation that test by parallel technique. If you bootstrapping, you cannot see this. Only parallel technique can do this. Okay? Alright, so this is the two things. And maybe you ask me, what if the IV is significant, but the mediator is not? But here is still significant, the whole thing. What should we do? Well, if you be strict, you have very high standard, I would say the mediation effect is not significant. Because actually the mediator didn't do anything in this case. Alright? Let me give you an example of fully and partially mediation effect. Let's say I want to give Annie some candy. Okay, so I give Annie some candy directly by myself. That's the direct effect. Alright? Then I give IV some candy and ask IV to give Annie. So IV is my mediator. I am the IV who give the candy and DV Annie. Okay? So however, when I give candy to IV, I keep some for myself. And when I see Annie somewhere else, I give her again. So Annie receive candy from two sources, from myself and also from IV, because IV say, oh, this is from Vivian. So that is a partially mediated effect. However, if I give everything to IV and I just maybe go away, and everything Annie receive from IV, that is from fully mediated effect. Understand?
So like in this case, we don't really need a moderator?
No, this is not moderator, this is mediator.
Oh. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so this is how we see the fully mediated and partially mediated. Okay?
Professor, one more time, can you say, how do we know if it's fully mediated in the table?
Okay.
Sorry.
Explain again. Alright, so I will just copy apart. Let's say this is the DV, this is the result table, okay? This is the IV, this is the mediators, and then we have R square something and P values. Alright, situation 1, situation 2, DV1, DV2, situation 3. So we have 3 situations here. Okay, so it's supposed to be on the thing here is good, P value is 0.0, everything is good here. Okay, however the component of this are different. So when the P value here is significant, I already can say, oh, we have the mediation effect. However, to be fully understand the mediation effect, let's look at here. Let's say IV to DV here is not significant. Let's say in this case 0.8, no, star, 0.6. 6, 7, 3. Okay, so in this case, the IV not significant, mediator significant. We call this fully. Okay, because every effect go through mediator already. Okay, but remember, before you go to this, you have to make sure your model 2 is significant. IV with down mediator have to be significantly affect on the DV, so that you can tell me this is fully effect. Okay, if that one is not significant, then you don't have the mediation effect. Alright. Situation 2. Let's say this one is 0.3 and 2 star, also significant, right? However, IV 0.5 or 1.5, okay, and also significant. So in this case, both IV and mediator still have significant effect on DV. So we call it partially. Partially, not partly, partially. Okay, partially mediation. That means the mediator partially mediation some effect from IV. The rest of the effect go from the IV itself. Okay, so this is the fully and partially. Third situation, 3.0 significant, and let's say 0.8 no significant. This is tricky. Okay, normally if this happened, I have to go back and look at this. Okay, so if this one is not significant, then I say no mediation effect, although here is significant. But because the mediator do nothing in this case, and they also don't have direct effect here, then I can say no mediation effect. Alright? So what if they significant on 3 criteria, but they still come out with this? Okay, this is very tricky. So if that were me, I will choose another technique to test it again, to confirm whether this is correct, because this is very risky. Okay, if I put it in the paper and the reviewer say your mediator doesn't do anything, why you say your mediation effect is supported? Then anyway, I still have to run again. So that if for me, I see my result in situation 3, I will use other effect to test it. For example, like bootstrapping, for example, like using maybe SEM in R, for example, like that, to prove it again. Alright? So when you see failure situation D3, you have to consult with your advisors about how to interpret this one. But D1 and D2 is quite easy, fully or partially. Alright? So that is the content of that. Let me try to demonstrate to you. The technique is very simple. You already know the difficult technique. Alright, so in this one, let me test LAH to vitality to cycle. Okay? So this time we do not need center anything. What is this regression line here? Okay. So control variable I still put here. Dependent for me is cycle. What is this? Yeah, this one. And for step 1, we have to run 4 steps, right? We have to run 4 steps like this. So because we already run LAH to vitality, which is our model 2, now I need to run vitality to psycap, LAH to psycap. Okay. So let me do it quickly. I will do it a little bit faster. Okay, significant, good. Then next one, psycap and vitality. Alright. Significant, good. So on 3 criteria in it, you see that? This one is from vitality to cycle. Vitality to cycle. And earlier I tested LAH to cycle, all significant. So the 3 criteria are it. So now I will test the mediation effect. Alright, mediation effect, very simple. I put the mediators and the IV together, just that. We put 2 of them in the same box and run it. Okay, so first thing here. Where is this? First thing here, the model 2 is significant. The model 2 is where we have the mediators and IV, it is significant. Okay, so now I am hoping for the first and the second, or the second situation. Alright, so this is the table. Here, This is the table coefficient which we have both of them together. Vitalities become significant, still significant, but look at this. The IV become not significant. What it is? What is the situation? Fully, okay? Because the IV here lost the effect and the mediator, this is the mediator, still fully having the fully the effect. In this case, I call this fully mediated mediation. And my hypothesis is supported. Okay? Easy, right? You already did the half part, so this one is easy one. Right, let's do it. Let's do it in 5 minutes before we finish the class.